Welcome back, relatives. Our guest today is Patricia Tarrant. She is the executive director of the American Indian Community House in New York City. She is following in the footsteps of her mother and other Tarrant family members who have been hugely responsible for building the Indigenous community we currently benefit from here in New York. Listen in as I ask Trish the very important questions like, what was it like partying with ex-New York City Mayor Eric Adams? And what has changed since Mamdani has taken office? Patricia lives and breathes the community house, and it is because of that we are flourishing here in the big city. All the natives in New York eventually find themselves at the community house looking for kinship. We find each other and grow together. Thank you to AICH for being the heart of our community. Welcome back, relatives. Our guest today is the executive director of the American Indian Community House here in New York City. She has held various roles within AICH for over 20 years. Her passion for increasing the visibility of urban Indigenous communities in New York is unparalleled. She's not new to this. She's true to this. Relatives, please help me welcome Patricia Tarrant to the pod.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Girl, I've been trying to get you on since I started this shit. But you've been busy buying houses, raising your girl, your baby girl, being the executive director of AICH. I'm going to say AICH for those who don't know that. American Indian Community House.
We call it H.
Not AICH.
Yeah, I was like...
H. Wait, H. I like that even better.
Yeah.
Where did I come up with AICH?
I don't know.
AICH. I kind of like AICH. But thank you, girl, for coming in, taking the time to sit with me, because literally everyone who sat on this couch and all the couches, we always talk about the community house and how we found community through H.
Oh, yeah. I definitely have heard that all my life.
Literally.
Yeah.
So for those listeners out there that don't know what the American Indian Community House, can you describe to the listeners what it is?
The American Community House has been established since 1969. We started as a volunteer-based organization. We, from what I've been told, that they used to be in church basements and other organizations until we found a place and were able to become a nonprofit organization, and we've been around since then, and I've been working there since officially 2006, so about 20 years. I took like 3 years off to take care of my parents, but other than that, I've been working at the community house since then.
When did you say what date it started? Was it the 60s?
1969 is when we officially got incorporated.
An iconic 1969 year. Yeah. Like I was saying, everyone that's been on this podcast, you moved to New York some way, somehow, and there comes a time where you're like, you're missing fellowship, your loss of community, sometimes just lost.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow, some way, we all find our way to the American Indian Community House. It's like our ancestors all guide us. Mm-hmm. And, you guys have, a couple of guests have talked about women's talking circles where they met there. I've gone to beading classes. I've gone to moccasin making classes.
Yeah.
The programming is, it's incredible.
Yeah. We definitely want to, branch into more cultural teaching. We've done a lot of workshops, like ribbon skirt workshops, and we want to do more of that,
Yes, do that one again. I want to do that one.
Yeah, we want to branch out and do more, cultural classes. Before we were federally funded and we were limited on our resources, but now we are donation-based, so we can, say what we want to do and say what we have that say. And that's very liberating, especially now these days where everything is just cookie cutter, or like you have to fit or program into this one grant. And then, we definitely.
Donations, which we need to talk about that later too. But how did you get involved with the community house?
So I'm Amanda Hanza for North Dakota. I'm an enrolled member there, and a Knife Clan member. My mother grew up on a reservation in North Dakota, and she moved out to DC when she was 18.
Shout out Mama Vic.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Trish's mom Victoria. I want you to say her full name because we know her as Mama Vic. Was like a beacon of light when I'd see her at powwows around here. You know, she reminded us all of our own moms and grandmas, and so she was
everybody's aunt and mom.
Yes, an amazing energy and just a gorgeous presence to be around. So yes, Mama Vic.
Mama Vic. She was one of 17, so that's why I think that's where she gets her.
She was raised on the West, so she came to the East Coast.
My mom, she was fluent in Hidatsa first. Hidatsa was her first language, so when she went to school, she was taught English. But growing up on the reservation, when she turned 18, her cousins came back from. They had gotten jobs in DC they went out for the boarding school and they got jobs in DC at AICH. And when she turned 18, they asked.
What do you mean they went out? Were they in boarding school in?
They went out
DC?
to California to boarding school and then they got jobs. They went out to DC.
Okay.
And then they had kids and then she wasn't doing anything at the time and they asked her to come out and babysit for her and then she met my dad 3 years later and got married to him.
Oh, wait. So in DC they met?
Yeah, they met at a powwow in DC.
Stop.
Yeah, it's funny because my dad's full Irish, which I think is so funny.
Yes, you are our Irish,
half
Indigenous baddie.
Yeah, I'm half Irish. My 1 year of step dancing has really come to terms with me. But I'm half Irish and half Native American, and they met at a powwow and they were married for 40 years, and that's it. But
so she moved to DC, met your dad, and then did she get involved with the community house then?
Yeah. My dad's first wife, Josephine, was very involved. Josephine and Lewis, they were very involved in creating a community house, and that's when my dad got involved. And then when his kids were involved, my half brothers and half sisters were involved.
So wait, the dad, you're Irish man, but he loved the Indigenous baddies. So that's what I'm hearing is
he had a type.
The white boy was into
he had
the Indigenous girls.
Yes. I have 5 half brothers and 1 half sister. And I have 2 full sisters with my mom.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so they got your mom involved and your dad too.
Yeah.
Your dad was always at a lot of events.
Oh yeah. He made it sure that we knew where we came from and knew like where.
We love a good old white ally, right?
He was down.
Yes. What do you remember like growing up? Because you grew up
I grew up in the community house. Yeah, I grew up coming to the community house. We used to go to youth council meetings and we used to have a youth council and I'd be doing the bake sales and fundraising to go to the Unity conference or doing like setup for events and breakdown for events or helping out with the luncheons. I was always there, I think.
Oh, do you have is any fond memory pop out from back in those days?
One time I met Adam Beach at an event at the community house when I was a kid. I was like 12 years old. It was like when Smoke Signals first came out. Yeah. And I was so embarrassed to meet him. I was so shy.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
So such a heartthrob.
Yes.
Okay.
He was our 90s heartthrob.
He was. And he has that. Yeah. He's still.
But yeah.
Gorge.
Definitely. I think that's when everybody still makes fun of me for it. But yeah, I definitely think. But growing up at the community house, I always immersed in a lot of different cultures. Like it wasn't just, my tribes. Like I knew about we did Day of the Dead stuff. We did a lot of different things. It wasn't just specific to one tribe. And I think that's what's important with AICH, especially in New York City, where it's the melting pot. It's the biggest urban indigenous population in the United States. And I think, growing up here, I had the privilege of learning about other cultures and other tribes and what they're doing and what everything else
and other indigenous identities, right? Because I feel like sometimes when we grow up out west, because we're so surrounded around like indigeneity, when you come to New York and your mind expands,
it's a culture shock.
Obviously. But you also realize, the borders of North and South, like those are colonial borders, right? So like our relatives in Mexico are indigenous too. And, they follow their indigeneity. And so what I love about H is that you are embracing those, Peruvian cultures, those, Quechua, like North and South, like our indigenous relatives are here in New York City. And I think sometimes people get it like, oh, indigenous North American is like the stereotype.
And I'll be all,
But it's not, and I love hearing about, Mexican people getting more in touch with their Indigenous roots,
Mhm.
you know, or Caribbean people getting involved with their Indigenous roots, because that only strengthens us as a people when, people get back involved in their culture. We're not letting colonialism divide us, we're kind of coming back together. We have the world here at our fingertips. You and I both are raising teen daughters here in the Northeast, but we, have roots back in the West, in Oklahoma for me, and North Dakota for you. How has it been, your experience raising an Indigenous daughter here? I've experienced a lot of ignorance.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had the same?
I think, well, growing up in New Jersey, I was like the
Also,
only...
you grew up in, you grew up here,
I grew up in New Jersey,
yeah.
We were like the only Native family that we knew of. And, growing up, we were always like made fun of, like, do you still live in the teepee? I'm like, no, I live down the street from you. Like, it's not,
You know this.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the same thing that happened with Luna when one of her teachers was asking how she slept in her teepee. A teacher. So I had to type a nice little email, copy, paste, also, send it to the principal and all that. And, hearing other kids that are Luna's friends, they're like, yeah, I remember when that teacher asked her that. And I thought that was like weird. Like,
it's
why
the
are
kids
we...
that be like,
Like, and I'm like, exactly. That's why it's so harmful, because he is playing into the stereotype of, Indians living in a teepee. And so I had to read him for that. And like, and basically just all the stereotypes of like, we don't pay this, we don't do this.
Yeah.
Actually, I pay my rent, I pay my water, there's taxes that I pay. So for Gracie, your daughter, has she experienced anything like...
Well, she went to Catholic school for the first 5 years. My dad put her in Catholic school, so she was there for the first 5 years. So she definitely learned some things.
Also, note to other people who are not from the tri-state area, sometimes you put your kid in Catholic school because that's the best option for school.
Better education,
Because there are some crazy schools in New York, public schools. And so a lot of parents, if they can, put their kid to stay out of, trouble, harm. There's a lot of things that go into school. Schooling in New York is like...
Jersey too.
Wild. Wild.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We get better up, especially in New York City, like at the community house, we're learning like all this stuff now that we want to do more youth programming. Like we don't, like New York City doesn't ask if there's Indigenous student or on the application form. It's like, what is that?
Exactly.
How are we supposed to get these numbers, or like how are we supposed to know where these Indigenous students are if they don't even ask? Like
there's such an erasure of us here in the Northeast. But you are doing your part because AICH has a youth council.
Yeah.
Tell us about the youth council.
Yeah, we the ranges from 13 to 22. They meet monthly, and they do like once a month programming. Like last month they did a movie night. This month they're gonna be doing a karaoke night.
Fun.
Yeah, we're fundraising for them to go to the Unity Conference in Oklahoma, actually, in July. So we'll be going to that with the youth group, the youth council. We've officially became a chapter for the Unity, so we have our own group. Yeah, so we're excited.
That's so important for the youth. Youth council. Do you have anything for the adult council?
We have right now. We have programming. It's called Indigenous Youth or Indigenous Futures, Indigenous Pathways. It's specifically for college age students from 18 to 26, I want to say. But yeah, they do specific programming. Like 2 weeks ago, we did a moccasin making class. Next month, we'll do a leather belt making class.
Was the moccasin class, was that with Chris?
Yeah, Chris Waymeyer. And then this month, it's Johnny Hendry. He was one of our artist in residence last year.
Yes.
Both Chris and John. Yep. Chris and Johnny were both artist residents last year. So it's exciting to bring them back in and do more program with them. And we have our artist residency coming up. Our announcement, I think, is next week. We'll be announcing the artist residents that were picked from May to October out there on Governor's Island. And we have actually a seasonal worker there now. Her name is Soma Holland, and she be working at the Governor's Island house every weekend out there. So you're welcome to come by from May to October. She'll be
okay, now how do we get down to the Governor's Island? Now I know there's a ferry.
There's a ferry. It's a ferry. It's a trek. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a trek because I want to go down there. I want to do a podcast in the Governor's Island house.
It's quiet. Like you don't feel like you're in New York City. It's like definitely a fresh breath air. Like you.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people find solace in that out there. It's definitely.
It should be, it's a good day trip, right? Take the ferry out there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things out there. There's a couple restaurants out there. There's a lot of food trucks. There's like things to do out there. They have a spot
knolls. You can like lay down and touch grass and all that.
There's a lavender field in the back.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need to come.
But yeah, Governor's Island. I think with the artist residency, we don't limit the medium of the artist, so any artist can apply, and it's not limited just to North American Indians and Indigenous people. We have a variety of nations that have gotten a residency, and so we try to branch out with that, and then throughout the year we try to bring them back and do programming with them too. That way, they're not just like
love.
Yeah,
love it, love. Oh, so you've seen the city change hands. You've lived here your whole life, but specifically the time that you've been involved with AICH, we've had Bloomberg, de Blasio, and Eric Adams.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to ask you about Mamdani. So we're in Mamdanistan, which we live for. But have you noticed any changes since he's come into leadership of the great city of New York? Any more funding, more opportunities?
Not that I'm aware of right now, but we are talking with them. We are definitely in
Natives for Zauron. Yeah, we've
been talking with them too. We'll be working with them coming up to do like more civic engagement workshops and know your rights workshops and voting and getting out the vote at least, and then also like bringing more assembly people in and seeing like what their views are on natives and land back or like whatever MMIW we want to. I think Native Pers are on there really definitely stepping it up with the politics, and we're partnering with them to do more workshops and more voting. Just in general. I was like, because I don't know like what what the Congress does or like what separates everything. So definitely we want to do more history questions. I think the only thing I learned was from like Schoolhouse Rock back in the elementary school. So I'm like, I think definitely if I don't know anything, I think it's educate the people. I mean, and they have, and I'm sure Mamdani is like all of the cultural people in New York have been like Mamdani, see us, hear us, because we're definitely on the outskirts of like everything, like of all funding and all that. But that would be amazing to come in and educate about government and about your local government. Like if you want to run for office, this is what you need. Yeah.
Yes, because my daughter wants to be a lawyer. And I'm at this point, I'm like, girl, you can be president. I'm like, fuck it all. Run for president. We need an Indigenous president. So I know that she would be so into that. So Mamdani, we need you to come through to the community house and meet with us, because I did see Mr. Eric Adams invited the dolls, the Indigenous girls, up to, where was that? City Hall?
Oh yeah, Gracie Mansion. Yeah,
Gracie Mansion.
Yeah, 2 years we've done.
How was Eric Adams?
The first year they came to us, they said they want to do a Native American celebration for November, and we're like, okay, and they're like, but we can't pay for anything for the. We're like, what? You came to us to ask us to pay for a celebration at Gracie Mansion?
Not surprised me.
Yeah, so. Yeah, the first year we did it, and the second year I think the first year they had gotten sponsors, but the second
did they pay at all ever?
No, the community house paid for like the entertainment or like the
girl. So okay, so it's like for exposure. You're gonna come to Gracie Mansion.
Yeah,
Eric Adams is such a trickster. Yeah. If y'all that don't know New York mayors, our last mayor Eric Adams. You may have seen him smoking hookah at the club.
Yeah.
You may have seen, I mean,
just out in the streets.
He was a mess. So Mamdani took over for him. Also, Eric Adams was an ex-cop. And he was such a cop, But he seemed, of course, he was getting his photo opportunity with the, the natives in New York. But he did invite us.
It was the first time since...
first time?
Yeah.
The first mayor to invite us. So Mamdani, you gotta like make it up and pay us. Fuck you, pay us. Like this is the chant. Like reparations, land back. You owe us. Everybody owes us. This is our land.
Yep.
So there you go. But I just thought that was funny. Eric Adams.
Eric Adams.
I will never.
And then they
like,
made us.
Yes, let's go.
And they made us serve vegan food, like, because he's a vegan, so we had to have serve vegan
Girl,
food.
stop.
Yeah.
But so you had to pay for catering?
No, we didn't pay for catering. We paid for like the entertainment.
Okay,
like, we had
yes.
to do like an honorarium to people.
Of course. Yeah, because these dancers are not
Yeah.
trying to like just pop out and for honey. Oh,
So
shame. But yeah, Mamdani, November.
yep.
Our month.
It's coming up.
We're watching you. If you were not the director and community servant of our amazing New York City community, what else would you do? Do you have a dream?
Do you have a dream?
What else? Would you want to be a singer? Would you want to be, I don't know.
Wow. I don't know either. I think I've always worked at the community house. I think that it's been like my only job mostly.
I know.
Just the community house. And I think I'm so passionate about it just because, it was there for me when I was growing up, and I want that for my daughter too. So I think, I don't know.
That is your dream.
Yeah.
Your dream is just to better the urban Indigenous experience in New York.
Yeah.
And
have
for
a place,
our kids, right?
The next generation, I think that's mostly the best, I think, important part.
It is. And I have to say, no disrespect to other directors, but since I've been here since 2000, I've seen the community house
a lot of turnover,
grow but grow in the greatest positive ways. Programming, and I think that has a lot to do with you and like that new, fresh blood, our new generation getting into these, seats at a table.
Yeah.
Speaking of, yesterday, I went to the new community house office. Wow.
Thanks. Yeah.
It is
big space.
Gorgeous and inspirational.
We designed it ourselves. Yeah.
What did we say? 96,000 feet.
Yeah. It's almost 10,000.
Not 96,000.
No, 9,600. Yeah.
Not 96,000, girl. We on the block.
Yeah.
Land back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Modern, new. And so you guys designed this.
Yeah, it was a blank. We originally wanted the floor below it. Like, it was like the perfect layout, like everything that had already set up. And then someone, New York real estate, they came
Smash it up.
Yeah. And then so the 6th floor was just empty space, and they said they would build it up for us because we had originally put in for the 5th floor. So we designed it ourselves, and there's about 10 offices. And we went back and forth for months, but it's definitely trial and error. But
so
definitely.
Okay, how did that happen? Is that so like you have a real estate agent? Like,
yeah, we had a real estate agent. His name was Ben Hale. He was our land bank administrator. Sadly, he passed away back in
R.A.P. Ben.
Yeah.
But
wow. He would meet with realtors.
He gave us this.
Yeah, he was really instrumental in it. And it's weird because I signed the lease the same day he passed away, which I thought was so crazy. But
symbolic and what advice would you give to other communities or nonprofit organizations trying to get like a brick and mortar community space?
I definitely think it's definitely a lot of outreach. We've done a lot of outreach. We've done a lot of fundraising throughout the years, and we've definitely built up, with intention. We want to, be intentional with our space, and that, it's not just for us. It's like a home for everybody. It's not just, for the community house. We want other people to come in and use it and have a place to come and hang out, or just like we want to become a drop-in center towards, once we're more settled in and just have more, ongoing consistent programming. And we want to be more intentional with what we bring into it. Now that, we don't have the federal funding, that we can branch out and be more.
You hear that? No federal funding. So get off our back, bitch.
We're definitely, we want to be, I think, we've definitely done more fundraising and more intentional fundraising.
So basically, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
So if you are, and we all know
I live and breathe AICH, so I'm always,
yes. If you are a nonprofit, someone out there trying to get a spot, you just have to work your ass off.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to show up. You have to put the work in, right?
It's not just us that have built this. We had like a land back action circle, which we met with other organizations and other foundations, and it wasn't just us. And the dream was to purchase a building, but when we came down to realistically, I couldn't take that on. And,
Yeah.
we were a small staff. It was at that time, I think we were a staff of 2. So we were
Wow.
not, I don't think it was in our wheelhouse to purchase a building. But now that we have this space and that we want to do more expansion, we have the space for 7 years. And after that, maybe we could purchase a building with this.
Wow. So you had started from 2. You had numerous spaces around the city too.
Yeah, I think through the research, it's been about a dozen spaces since
Because it would be
inception.
like a new spot here, a new spot there.
New York City,
just
real estate.
Yeah, New York City real estate. So it's like trying to house a community while being in New York City. You have to play by those New York City rules, which is like the rent goes up, the building gets sold, they raise the rent, they want you out. Man,
our funding doesn't want to cover certain costs or like
right. So then that's you also have to keep that in mind as a community leader. Wow. So it was through community too. You figured out a way to secure funding, or they gave you information and inspired you to Oh, that's so cool. How can we sustain this beautiful new space in New York City?
I think definitely it's about community building itself. Like we want to, work with other organizations and, this is not just a place for us. We want to make this house a home for everybody, a space that you can use. It's not, we've done numerous events already, but like we've done a movie screening and we've done like, it was called Water and Soil. It was like, a forage event. So like there was 2 native chefs that came in and they did like, they foraged their own food and they'd done like, oysters and scallops and Sherry Pocknick from the Wampanoag tribe. She came in, and Diosa Hall. She came from she's Haudenosaunee, and they came and did an event with us too. So it's not just like one-off events. We want to do more intentional events and do like we're opening a food pantry, and we want to bring some of the services that we used to have and bring those back into now, and we want to update those and bring in more Indigenous providers or Indigenous food sovereignty classes and workshops we want to do. We're working with First Foods to open our food pantry and do like right now we do once a month fresh foods, but we want to branch out to maybe twice a week that people can come in and get fresh foods that we used to have. And we want to expand out of the commodities that we used to get. But
exactly. When I was in Minneapolis, when I was on tour with Florence, I don't know anything about Minneapolis. I know about Prince, and I knew about Awamni, Sean Sherman's restaurant. And Paisley Park was closed. So I was like, okay, I'm going to Awamni then. And I went, and I mean, you hear about the concept. I went to the his book launch here in New York. But when you're actually sitting in his spot, which now I think they're moving.
Yeah, they're getting a bigger space.
Spot, it's just like, oh my God, I'm eating decolonized food. Like this is literally.
And it's not just fry bread. It's just
decolonized. No, fry bread is like we flipped it, turned it, and reworked it into our own. But it's like honest, like, so that was just inspiring. And the food felt so good just because everyone that works there is just all about the shit, right? They're land back, they're decolonizing the foodscape. It was incredible. And I think sustaining ourselves through what we eat is so important to sustain our bodies as Indigenous people. It's like so important. We had a meeting there yesterday to talk about Indigenous New York Fashion Week, and I got to see the space and saw the food pantry, and I got my popcorn. So excited about. That's just inspirational.
Yeah, I think we want to expand on what we used to offer. We used to have a food pantry, we used to have a luncheon, and we want to start bringing those services back now that we have space for those.
Yes.
Yeah, now that we have like a set location for quite a while.
Good. We can quite a while. How do we keep it quite a while? What do we need? Is there donations?
How
can we monetarily?
Yeah, we have
help?
A donation link on our website, and we have a rent campaign that's going on just to sustain us for the next several years. And
then let's mention what's the website to donate.
It's on our website now. It's just AICH.org and /donate, and then I'll take it.
easy.
Yeah.
And we'll take the money, we'll take
Yeah.
the dry goods, the food. In your 20 years of service, what programs have been your favorite?
I think right now, I think it's the youth program. I think it's just laughing with them, or like, I think I'm in my auntie area. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm definitely in my auntie
And
area.
you were the like OG youth council,
Yeah,
right?
I was there
So
when I was like 10. I think I joined the
it's a
youth
little
council.
nostalgia
Yeah.
for you.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any dream projects that you would love the community house to do?
I think I want to like create more of an aftercare, like an after school program where the kids can come in and learn different stuff. We used to have a daycare back in the day, like in the late 80s. And I think that would be a great program to bring back, or like mother and child classes. I think, we want to like focus on our next generation and, passing down that knowledge to us. Like I was fortunate growing up for my mother to know about this stuff but I know a lot of people aren't that fortunate.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, especially in New York, a lot of people are reconnecting, or they don't know that they have this ancestry, and they're just finding it out. And especially nowadays with, people are learning, that they're like the Mexican heritage, or like they're learning other stuff that's not just, North America native.
Yes.
And I think, that's important for us now, is just to embrace it, that this is a time where people are reconnecting, and that we want to be more inclusive. And
love. What legacy do you want to leave behind as director of the American Indian Community House?
I feel like I'm young for that, but I also feel like I'm kind of old. But
You're not old.
Yeah, I think also just like I want to be in community. I think that's the biggest part, is like I have been through the community house through its various stages. So I know where it has been, and I feel like I can bring it back to where it was, where, we had 40 plus people working at the community house, and we had like every day you could come in and do something. And I think that's great. I think that's a place where we can feel seen and heard, and we don't have to fit in this little box and have just like a check mark that we're like native and that's it. But also like embracing community, and we want to do like more mental health services, and we want to bring more other providers in. We want to be like bring in doctors and do more cultural classes and cultural training, and just having those options is the legacy I want, is like where we can we don't have to fit in this one box, and we don't have to like be just the end all be all. And we also want to work with other organizations too, that we don't have to do it. Just, we can provide the space for you to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
I also think it's like the balance of walking in the two worlds, where you used to.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely understand where.
It really is walking two roads.
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely like growing up in New Jersey. I think my mom, she was a little resi. She had like, we had our resi moments. Like some days, like sometimes we didn't have power at our house because we didn't have. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and and then she started working at the community house when I was in high school, and she was able to connect with more people, and she used to work in the community house for a number of years. And I think she brought humility and humbleness to the community house, and she was very humble in her ways, and she recognized like she came from back in North Dakota, and she was like, I think she saw humility in people. She would like go visit people in the park if they were homeless, or like she would go visit people after work, and it wasn't like she wasn't a 9 to 5 person. She was all the time person. Like she wasn't. Yeah, she'd give you a shirt off your back if she had to. But
oh yes,
yeah. So
I love that about bringing that humbleness to the community house. Do you think that that's because she was from the res? Because I feel like back home, like my res, it's very, very humble, and just leadership in general. We're very humble people. Yeah. And in New York, do you think there was like a lot of egos, and where it wasn't so humble because it was New York? Like
yeah, definitely.
House, like it wasn't the New York version of things. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh, Mama Vic, we need that, and you're carrying on that. Trish, what brings you joy?
Oh, joy. I think just being with family. I think I come from such a big family, so like I have like a lot of relatives in Shinnecock, so I go out there pretty often to visit them. And I also like, me and my sister just bought a house.
Yes.
So we are very excited to be homeowners. And
shout out to Kathleen. Yeah, you guys bought a house. How was that?
It's good. It's good. I call it enjoying my mortgage when I just stay home and hang out. But
Yeah.
yeah, when I'm just inside. But yeah, I
Yes.
definitely, I think we're like the first people that bought a house. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then my sister in Alaska just bought a
First
house
people
too.
in your
Yeah, family, yeah.
Yeah.
Purchased a house, yeah.
Love
So,
that.
yeah.
How
We're
is that
excited.
being a homeowner? Do you have to fix everything that breaks?
Yes.
Has anything broken yet?
Let's see. I know our plumbing, one of our pipes started leaking when
Oh,
you first moved in,
fun.
so
Pipes
that
are
was exciting.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but also learning like different things. Like the first time I painted my room, like I've never painted my room before because we've always rented
Yeah, you weren't
houses.
allowed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh, I can paint. I can pick a
Pick
color.
whatever you want
Yeah,
to.
I was like, this is my house. I'm like, wait, like someone will knock on the door. I'm like, I don't need to worry about like who's coming to my house. Like it's nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that for Gracie, she has that to
Oh, I make
look
fun
up
about
to.
Gracie all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, Gracie, when you move out, I'm
You have
just gonna
no
take
idea.
over your room.
Oh, you're like ready. You're
Yeah.
like, girl.
Gracie, she'll be.
Gracie, if you're watching,
Yeah, she
hi,
better be watching.
Gracie. You better be watching
Yeah.
Gracie. Do you think Gracie will take over for you?
No, I think she wants to be like a theater person. She
Oh,
wants to do like stage, and she's a choir person, and
love that.
I think she wants to do that more performing arts part. But I think with H, she could become like we used to have a performing arts department, and
Yes.
we used to have a SAG office. Like we do like referrals and
What?
for like castings
Stop.
and stuff. So maybe could be an option too. I think, but
That can be what we're bringing back too.
Yeah.
Is like this, the SAG office
Mhm.
and the performing arts
Yeah.
aspect. And that's the cool thing. And that's, why I started the podcast too, is that the community in New York has just grown so much too. Like we have so many more players. We have hair and makeup people.
Yeah.
We have actors.
I think it'd be cool to become like have an Indigenous directory, like
or an agency. I always tell Dea, I'm like, girl, I'm just gonna be everyone's agent now because I'm looking at people with jobs and I'm like, I'm just gonna be an agent now.
Might as well.
I would love that. I'm gonna work for the American Indian Community House. And I'm going to be an agent.
We have an office.
If you'd like me to represent you, let me know. If you want a passive aggressive go-getter, I'm your girl.
Culturally tailored too.
Exactly. See, I need you to help, smooth over my what I'm trying to say. AICH has so much good programming. We've talked a little bit about it, but tell us what is coming up.
Yeah, I think our biggest thing right now is our Governor's Island artist residency. So we have artists.
How many artists do we have?
We have 6. We have 2 a month from May to October. So there's 2. This month is Danielle Jagowski and Darlene Powderface. They're for May and June, so they'll be out there working on their art.
And what is their medium?
I want to say Darlena she'll be doing a performance and an installation. And then Danielle is creating an opera piece. So she'll be performing out on Governor's Island too.
And is she a singer? Is she an opera singer? How exciting.
And then for July and August, we have Matt Cross. He's a Kiowa. And Joseph Fabrini. He's a Lenape artist too. And then September, October, we have Adina. And we have Tani. She's Choctaw. But yeah, Adina is Quechua, so it's not
nice.
Yeah, I think she's.
And when they're at the house, they're working like artist in residence style?
Yeah, they can use the space how they need. It's not limited to any medium. So, like people have used it for sewing or like leather work or just if they need a separate space. I know with Joey, he's doing like he does large scale paintings, so he just needed space to work on his art and. With Soma there, she's there to help the artists if they need any help, or they do a public programming throughout their artist residency, so she'll be helping out with that too.
Wow.
From May to October, they'll be out there.
That's okay. We got to make the pilgrimage to Governor's
You got to make the trek.
We got to go because I want to.
There's a spa out there. We should go.
There's a spa.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's there's a spa. There's like a pool. They have like
stop.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, we're gonna do the takeover of the Governor's Island spa.
Yeah.
Is it close to the house?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, girl, I need to go. Also, I want to go because I want to talk to the people. I want to talk to the artists.
Yeah.
There, I would love to just, I just love hearing people's story about where they came from, why they're here. So maybe I can come and do a little activation.
Yeah.
We also have the House of Extravaganza coming back for
Yes.
Gay Pride, which we are in Pride right now.
Yep.
I went last year. It was an amazing event.
Mhm.
I'm going to come back. That's June 14th?
Yeah.
June
Yeah, 14th.
14th.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys also offer CPR classes.
Yeah,
you can learn how to save a life.
It's funny because Irene, she did the CPR class. She's been a member of AICH since the 80s, and she came to the first like location, AICH location. So it's funny that she's coming back and doing these classes.
Oh, you guys also were you guys doing dental cleanups?
That's New York
The
Indian
health.
Council, yeah.
New York Indian Council.
They
Are
have
you connected at all?
We've done referrals for them. Like we'll refer people to them and they'll refer people to us. So we do a referral, but they are the Indian Health Grant. They have the Indian Health Service Grant.
So if there are Indigenous people out here in New York City that need health insurance,
yes,
you can reach out to
the New York Indian Council. Yeah.
The New York Indian Council, and they can sign you right up.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Hit up my sister, Kathleen.
Where can we find all the socials and all that?
So our Instagram is AICH NYC. And then our website is AICH.org. So,
and go on the website and donate.
Yes.
To the community house.
Yes.
And come.
Yeah, come to our
the
events.
community house.
All our events are open to the public. You don't have to be.
Yeah, you don't have
native.
to be Indigenous at all. Do you have any markets? Are you guys having any markets coming up or
not currently? We would like to.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I went to the space, I was inspired.
Yeah, we had one back in April when we first moved in. We had one back in April. Okay. But yeah, we want to do more.
Because you can have a dance.
Yeah, we want to do like a social there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, girl, I remember when I first came. So Luna was about 3 when we started coming to the community house and met with Gracie and they became friends. And you guys were having socials in that little space.
Yeah.
What was that, 36th or 35th?
It was on 29th. It was
29th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all can have a dance in there, you could have an amazing dance in the spot. Like, ooh.
Yeah, we want to do like more, not just cultural classes. Like I want to do like a self-defense class. We want to teach. Yeah. We want to branch out and do more. Yeah, we definitely want to be more intentional too about like what programming. And, we just met with our board and did like a strategic planning, and we want to figure out what we want to do with the space. And
so you can find all of the programming on AICH.org.
Yep.
And on Instagram.
Yes.
And what is your Instagram? If you want.
My Instagram is Trish87.
Okay,
me.
Slide into the DM. Oh, wait, are you wanting DMs?
No, I don't want any DMs.
Are you wanting DMs? What about someone wants to teach a class?
Yes, class.
No, go to the AICH.org. Don't
either way.
My girls' DMs. No. Don't even.
Sorry, I am taken.
Oh, she's not. She's off the market, honey. So stop trying to snack my girl.
But yeah.
Well, I want to thank you, your family, for providing this beacon of light and hope in New York City. Trish, thank you so much for being with me here today. And thank your family, Mama Vic, and all the Tarrants for providing New York City with a place to come and gather in community. I know your mom is so proud of you. Our ancestors connected all of us together with purpose, which thinking about how I found the community house and how everyone guides us towards H. And
I definitely think H, we want to be that hub where, if you're coming to New York City, you look us up and, we can provide space for you in this big city. Because it's definitely a culture shock, I think, with our, cultural classes and our college age students, like coming out here for college is such a cultural shock for them. And having a space for it to be in community is such an important part.
And when you're young too, in your 20s and you're running wild on those streets, because I know I was.
Me too. I was out there.
You need, sometimes you get lost and you don't want to get too lost. You got to come back to community and to fellowship. And you are providing us with that in the greatest way. So thank you so much, Trish.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
All right. That is going to wrap up this episode of Let's Have a Powwow. You can follow me on Let's Have a Powwow Pod online and on Instagram. And we'll see you soon, cousins.